Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Fat Show. So on today's episode, I'm going to be continuing with some maintenance on the 958 Porsche Cayenne. I'm going to be continuing where we left off last time and going ahead and replacing all 6 spark plugs on this, and as well as changing the engine air filter and the cabin air filter. Hopefully these jobs will be pretty easy. I think this is the first car in modern time that'll change spark plugs on that you don't actually have to remove anything to get at them, so that's kind of refreshing. The cabin air filter and engine air filter look maybe a little bit more difficult than an average car, but definitely something you can do DIY. So with that, thanks for watching and let's get to it. Most of the coil pack connectors on this car were broken off, so I had to use this pick. I found it was the only method to lift up and out on the clip that was broken off and pull up on the connector to remove it. I even did it for the ones that were still good just to prevent breaking the clips. Once all the connectors are off, you have to remove the coil packs. I use Porsche special tool number Craftsman channel locks. I found this was the easiest way to remove them. Once the coil packs are removed, changing the spark plugs is the same as in any vehicle. Luckily, these were not in too bad a shape. They probably didn't even really need to be done, but peace of mind, easy enough to do. Once all the new spark plugs are installed, the torque spec from Porsche is 15 foot-pounds for the new plugs. I used contact cleaner to clean the coil packs before putting them back in. I also applied some dielectric grease inside of the coil packs.
hardest part about changing the air filter is just removing this plastic trim piece. Once it's removed, changing the air filter is pretty self-explanatory. I took the time to top off the power steering reservoir while this trim piece was removed. The cabin air filter is accessed through the passenger footwell. It's a little tight to work and filmed. There is one piece of ductwork that has to be removed to expose the cabin air filter. After that, it's a pretty easy change out.
So that's a wrap on this episode. It was a pretty easy job. It only took me about 2 hours to get everything done, maybe 2.5 hours, but I wasn't working terribly fast. This just goes to show why I would never pay for dealer service unless my car was actively under warranty, because this car has a full maintenance history from brand new at Porsche dealerships. I forget if it was actually the dealership, it's in Massachusetts, but I was super unimpressed about the former maintenance tech whoever worked on this car, because they did a really poor job. Like pretty much every clip for the coil packs was broken and they didn't bother to replace them or fix them, which if I'm getting my car serviced at a dealership, I would probably expect that to be done. And then also going to replace the cabin air filter, there's the little plastic cover that goes under the glove box. There's the screws, there was 0 screws in that, and then the cover that luckily is just a cheap Volkswagen Delphi part that I can probably order for whatever, $1 online somewhere. The clips were broken on it that holds the cabin air filter in, so the cabin air filter is just hanging down, and they didn't bother to replace those clips they broke, and that was missing screws too. It's just really poor service, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that have been spent on this car, and it seems like kind of a waste. And that's why I would always either do it myself, or if I don't have time or don't have the skills, take it to an independent specialty shop, because yeah, dealers, I mean, I'm sure there's some good ones, and I'm sure it might have just been one bad tech, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's worth the money. But anyways, new spark plugs, new air filter, checked all the fluids while I was in there too. I hate those plastic covers on these cars. Oh my God. If this wasn't my girlfriend's car, and my car, I would just fucking pull all those out and throw them away, because they just make it more difficult to work on. And granted, most Porsche owners are probably not gonna work on their car on the side of the road. It would just be a pain in the ass to try and make a quick fix on the side of the road, or look at something quickly on the side of the road and have to pull all those fucking covers off. But anyways, it's done. I always like to run it a little bit when I change the spark plugs, just to make sure there's good connections everywhere, you're not gonna get any misfires. But yeah, all the maintenance is done. The car's running great for 120,000 miles. I hope you guys like this video, and if you really liked it, then go ahead and like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next time. Thank you guys, bye.